John Casher. I'm the founder of AFA Group Wealth. And today I'm excited to announce that we're going to be taking things to a whole new level. Officially today, we're going to be Thriving Wealth, a whole new way forward in transforming people's lives to live a financially free, but also the most fulfilled life on how and when they want to. To welcome you into Thriving Wealth a little bit more, today I'm joined by Chloe, where we're going to deep dive into a little bit more about what Thriving Wealth is and what it's all about.
Hey John, thanks for having me. It's exciting to speak more about this process and what Thriving Wealth is, because it's been in the back ends for a while now.
Yeah, it's really exciting because obviously we've been working on this for a fair while now, and really to bring this out publicly is really exciting because it's piecing together decades of my experience into creating transformative experiences for our clients, but also paving a new way forward in regards to how this is actually delivered for not only our clients that we have now, but for our new clients that want to experience transformative journey with us.
Sorry, John. Tell me a little bit more about why Thriving Wealth.
So I love the name Thriving, to be honest with you. It's really around, growing and prosperity and really a new way forward. It kind of, for me, really feels like that, new grass shoots really growing into new ways. And we're really about innovating and growing and new ways of doing things. And I think that really represents it. And I can feel it's a bit like an action word as well, too, which we're all about taking action. So, really having thriving and obviously what we do in regards to wealth. And wealth isn't just about money, it's around life. And it's a big thing about what we're doing here at Thriving Wealth. It's a lot about, the person and the individual and the family and what they want out of life. And the money is essentially the vehicle to make that life happen. So it really kind of encapsulates all that.
Yeah, and I think it's great that it's not only the financial plan, it's more than a transaction with the clients. You want to create that experience and that journey and the relationship with nurturing them.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that we're really focused on not just creating a piece of paper of strategies and solutions. It's really around creating a vision with our clients. And then from that vision, yes, creating a plan, but then around what needs to be done on an ongoing basis to make sure that that plan comes to fruition. And I really found that, starting in the industry at 14, it was really around getting a client to be put into a particular solution, if it be a financial product, where we've really flipped that on its head now. And it's really around creating a long-term vision, if it be 10, 20 years, then creating a plan, then from that plan, creating steps in which we're making sure that these things are actually coming to fruition. So making sure that we're regularly checking up on our clients, making sure we're constantly adjusting to life's changes. Let's be honest, life is not a straight line, it's a squiggly one.
Yeah.
And, making sure that it's supported by not just financial planning, but also by, behavioral changes. It's like I'm one for fitness, and I know a lot of our clients are as well too. And it's not about just having that diet plan and just leaving it on the fridge. It's a matter about creating the right behaviors and creating the consistency and having the accountability that we've been able to bring with our clients as we've been trialing this for a while now, but also making sure that this is creating the results. And the results of what clients are really looking for is, yes, financially moving forward, but making sure that they're living a fulfilled life. So many of our clients that we speak to that have been on the journey with us have really talked about living life much more fulfilled than they've ever wanted to. And it's not just about the particular handbags or the shoes that they're buying. It's not about that. It's around first really understanding what they truly want from life, because life is not a rehearsal. You only get one crack at it. So being able to build this, have a program with our clients that they can stick to, we can keep them accountable. It's really like night and day when they're looking in years to come and they're going, oh my gosh, I should have started this 20 years ago, because it's just absolute light and day once they go through this.
And I think that it's important to have that plan, but it's beyond that as well. Like the steps that you've enforced, the accountability, the mindset, the behavior, it's all those that really contribute to the success and the fulfillment.
Very, very, very much so. The two biggest factors in people achieving a fulfilled life is, one, understanding what makes them fulfilled and truly makes them fulfilled. So really getting to not just surface level goals on what they want, but really over time, really getting to the core and the emotional levels in regards to what they really want.
Yeah.
And then on the second part of that is around creating the right behaviors. Okay. Now, to take this even further, we've done a lot of research into this. We've skilled up a lot of our advisors in regards to being able to behaviorally, change people's behaviors. But the other factor that was missing a lot in what traditional financial planning did, and that we've been able to successfully integrate into what we do, is around education.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is something that a lot of parents speak about with their kids. A lot of people honestly speak about is around the lack of financial literacy in schools and whatnot. But we weren't willing to prepare for that, prepared to wait for these things to happen. So we're constantly making sure that our clients are educated. Now, there's a lot of white papers, a lot of journal articles, there's a lot of research in regards to the link between financial literacy and financial independence and success, because by educating our clients, they're able to make better money decisions on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And by making better money decisions on a daily basis, then having the right behaviors, they're fast tracking their ability to get to where they need to get to. And it does take time. Like, it's not going to happen overnight. But by having a team that is absolutely dedicated to not only your financial success, but your life success, and focusing on mindset and behavior and your education, this is making changes not just for you, but for generations to come. Because it's, for example, the kids who are learning from their parents. And if you change your financial education, you're changing the education for your children. Once they then inherit this money, they're using it wisely. So for me, it's been not only just to change our clients, but to change, impactfully change it for generations to come. And I think that what we're doing now is doing that. And it's absolutely humbling. I feel so emotional even talking about this, to be honest with you, about, reflecting on the changes and the things that people have spoken to me about over the last few years around the changes that they've had in their life, and how they couldn't be where they are today without what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly. And financial literacy is huge because you've got young kids in school. I just recently graduated. So, yes, definitely a huge gap where people aren't sort of talking about finances or learning about finances. And it's a big aspect of your life. And so I think how you prioritize that is important. So how do you ensure your clients are getting the financial literacy and education they need?
So education's at the front of whatever we do with our clients. We do weekly educational sessions with our clients, deep diving into what's going on in the world. What does that mean for them? Yeah, breaking down the complexities and bringing it into a digestible form, but also bringing it in a practical form. So it's not in theory. This is actually live events that are happening in the world, and then what that means for them, and our take and the way that we view on that, and then give them the opportunity to be like in a classroom, ask questions and get the answers in regards to what they do, but also as well to working through case studies around, particular client situations, or going into deep diving into a particular topic in regards to, an area of finance, and then wrapping that up as well too with getting experts in with us as well too. If it be into legal aspects or tax aspects into what impacts our clients' lives, can we get them in to also enhance their knowledge to get it to a whole new level? And we do regular deep dives with our clients on particular finance topics, and those finance topics, really move the dial in regards to our clients' knowledge. And what's really humbling is that I do know clients that when they first come to us, they've got a really basic understanding, and from that basic understanding, they're making a lot of financial mistakes. And as years go on, those mistakes become less and less and less because they're more financially literate.
Yeah.
And then the impact that makes.
And then they also understand as well, like the reasons that you're putting in things in their plans, and they sort of understand the back end of things as well, which is huge. And
I've got to keep on my game to make sure that, I'm ahead of everyone else in regards to, or not ahead of everyone else, but just, constantly learning. And, those who know me know that I'm absolutely obsessed with, this stuff. And, I've gone on a whole new journey in regards to the behavioral side of things. I've really taken it upon myself in the last few years to really get into the behaviors and the psychology around people's money decisions, and really them putting that through to the client so that they don't need to do the year's worth of research and they can get it in a digestible form. But, I'm also not shying away that a lot of our clients are time poor people. So,
Yeah.
we've been able to, deliver it in a very succinct and timely way that they can view and watch and ask questions in their own time. And focus on essentially living their life. I constantly tell clients, like, I want you to live a happy life and I want you to live a fulfilled one. And we're here to support you in regards to making better money decisions, but also about making sure that they're living a fulfilled life. So, those questions around fulfillment, sometimes tough because people need to look at themselves in a mirror and really know why they're doing it all for. So, it's really good, the education side, but it's both on financial education and also on other areas of their life where they need to get educated as well.
What triggered the change?
I think it was many years ago where I started to realize that the traditional financial planning model was broken. And it was very much focused on transactional advice. If it be, someone coming in, look at my super, is there a better super? Do I need insurance? And it was very scoped and transactional. And there wasn't really a relationship. And there was so many facets of people's lives that were just not getting looked at. And so I really wanted to first look at how can I create a holistic approach to a client's finances. And it all centered around cash flow first, because cash flow was the center of capital allocation, as we call it, or where am I going to be putting that cash flow? And it really then focused on, okay, well, when I do have surplus cash flow, I need to be allocating that to two main areas, debt or investing. And I needed to create a framework and an approach to be able to wisely put that into an area that's going to do what? Achieve their goals. So we needed to then create a deeper understanding with our clients around goals, okay, and really understand them at a whole new level. And this is absolute night and day when it comes to what I was doing traditionally to what I was doing at that time then. See, the whole financial planning model was around getting a document from a client with surface level goals. I want a holiday, I want a car upgrade, I want this, but not really getting deep into what they want at a deeper level. And I would wrap my head and I'll go a little bit crazy trying to figure out how you do it. And I realized that most of our clients were always coming to us with the same big vision. And the big vision, they actually sometimes couldn't articulate to us, which is, yes, to become financially free, but to live a fulfilled life. And once I did that, and once I understood that it was the fulfillment of life that they were actually chasing and that we needed money to enable that to happen, everything else fell into place. And I started to just become obsessed with what we needed to change in our clients' lives, or what did we need to move the dial on to create the highest probability of them achieving their ultimate goal. Now, don't get me wrong. We still are important about finding out, do they want to go on holidays? What kind of private school education do they want to give their children, and all of that. And I understand that. But we needed to understand what fulfillment is. And fulfillment is very hard for people to know, and that takes time. So when that taking of time, we needed to understand where their mindset was, where their behaviors were, and really build a framework that wraps that all up. Now, when I now look about traditional financial advice, a fact-find document, sticking into some products, spitting out an advice document, I just, now knowing what I know now, that does not impactfully change or move the dial enough to help clients live a fulfilled life. And when I look about the difference between, for example, A super fund and B super fund, that's not going to change our clients' lives. It's around the strategy, the long-term vision, the goals, the aspirations, and then building the framework to enable that fulfillment in life.
And I think you mentioned goal setting, and goal setting isn't a new concept by any means, but I think often people can set goals, short term, long term, but then not follow through with them. Like, it's just sort of like, oh, I had this goal, I want to save this X amount, I want to do this. But I think it's also how ensuring that implements into their big vision, their big fulfillment, and that way the accountability helps them to actually achieve those goals, not just have them.
Correct. I think we're very fortunate. We use this very sophisticated tool that enables us to map out our clients' goals quite well. And I think the other bit to echo what you're saying, Chloe, is that a lot of people have goals, but don't understand the impact of those goals.
Yeah.
Like, I want to buy a particular car. Cool, but what does that mean to you wanting to be debt free in 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
So, by us being able to use technology and put all of those goals in a sophisticated modeling tool that sees the client's financial future, we're able to then move these goals and see what really makes them happy or gives them senses of joy. Okay. And so if you think about it, it's like, okay, by buying that car, you've got to work an extra 10 years.
Yeah, it shows the implications of the decisions and how it impacts their future.
Correct. And
Mm-hmm.
so by having that vision and understanding that, you then get the priorities of what's important for people and then understand what we need to do right now, what goals are important, what goals are superficial,
Mm-hmm.
what goals mean actually to you. So, do you want to spend $5,000 a year on new handbags? Is that going to make you fulfilled? Now, that might make you fulfilled, but might not make the next person fulfilled. So it's not also a one size fits all. This is also customized for each and every person in regards to what they want from life. Because ultimately, I want each and every one of our clients to be sitting on a park bench when they're 80, looking back at their life and saying, I've had the most fulfilled life. And ultimately, it's them being fulfilled that means that we've done a great job.
Mm-hmm. And I think the natural progression in life is sort of you want to buy a house, you want that car, you want to go on the holidays, but it's sort of like how are you going to get there? And I think also having that big projection of your life sort of shows that like those goals that maybe seem unrealistic can become achievable and what you got to do to achieve them, sort of like the action steps.
Mhm.
So it's not just like, oh, I want this goal, but it's probably never going to happen. It's like, I want this goal, but yes, I can do it with these steps.
Correct. And the thing is, Chloe, is around, even though this vision is great and we've created this roadmap, how many people sign up at the gym, go for the first 2 months, and then stop doing it? And so you can't just have the greatest financial planning tools and the greatest goal tools. You have to have an ongoing partnership with someone that's going to keep you accountable to those goals.
Mm-hmm.
Because motivation's only going to take you so far. It's around creating the systems and the processes to create the habits and then have someone on your back making sure that you're actually reminded of your goals and reminded of what you want to do. Because we do get distracted. We do want sometimes new things. We do sometimes want to change, but what's the impact to our plans? And does that make you more fulfilled? And so by integrating the planning, the ongoing accountability, the education, and the change in mindsets and behaviors, the probability of success skyrockets. And so you asked me earlier around why the change. I feel privileged. I am the architect for hundreds, if not thousands, of people's lives. And being able to see them fulfilled, that's like, the builder driving with their son or their daughter and saying, that's the house I built. Like, look how proud I am. I clap many of our clients on their journeys when they're going overseas that they've never gone before in their life and they're sending me photos or they're retired early. I feel I'm very fortunate. So to be able to create that in Thriving Wealth for each and every client that comes on board, that's an amazing reason to do it.
Yeah, and it's life-changing.
So till next time, see you all later, and to Thriving Wealth, let's make it happen.